and welcome to Nashoba Now. I'm Michael Wood, Superintendent of Schools for Nashoba Regional School District. In the next half hour, I hope to share with you the things that are going on now in Nashoba. Hello, welcome to Nashoba Now. I'm Michael Wood, Superintendent of Schools for Nashoba Regional School District, and I'm glad to be with you today, fresh off of 3 town meetings, both in Lancaster and Stowe, where town budgets were approved, and we're appreciative of all of the efforts of the town officials and other folks who helped town meeting come to be. And it was great to see so many voters at each of the town meetings because it's important that the budgets are reviewed carefully and the warrants are voted on by everybody who cares about the issues. So many thanks to all who came out, and I want to also say that not only was the Nashoba Regional School District budget approved in all 3 towns, in the 2 towns, Bolton and Stowe, where we did have capital items on their budget warrant articles, those were approved as well. So we're appreciative of the townsfolk helping to maintain the buildings long term. Just as a reminder, that budget that was approved did hit that mark of $50 million, $516,022. So it is certainly a sizable budget. It went up 3.72%, and we know that the concerns of town assessments and the issues that surround that are always fresh in everybody's minds. And in this coming year, certainly we have to continue to look toward our votes in the House and the Senate at the local level in the legislature to really help them understand the impact of not increasing Chapter 70 because that certainly has an impact here in the Nashoba Regional School District. We are fortunate to have representatives that understand regional transportation, and we do expect a slight bump in regional transportation once the budget is passed in June, but we'll have more of that about that in September, probably when things are back in session. I want to spend some time today talking about what's been in the news recently. The U.S. News World Reports magazine lists their rankings for high schools in the country. And unfortunately, Nashoba did not make that list. But I want to help people understand what that list is about, what it entails, and it's important to understand the methodology behind that particular list. That particular approach to make that list, the company that did the research on it looked for schools that were helping its at-risk population of students in a way that was comparable to all of its students. And it had 3 levels or 3 stages that each school that was being measured had to make the criteria that they outlined. And if you didn't make the criteria at that level, you were bounced out of the rankings altogether. So our high school, in our initial look at the way they ranked our school, we did not make it into their ranking process right at the first level. And the reason is that when we look at our at-risk population of students, they are not performing on MCAS in a similar fashion proportionally as all students are at Nashoba Regional School District. And because of that, we were not able to enter into their rankings profile. So what does that say for us? First of all, kudos to U.S. News and World Reports for having a ranking system that talks about all students. That's a great approach, and it's very, I think, commendable that they are looking at all students. Second, I want our parents to know, especially, and our students to know, that if you look at all of the achievement of our high school, we are very much competitive with all of the high schools that were listed in that. In fact, I looked very carefully at Acton-Boxborough, for example, a regional school that's very comparable to our high school, and we're neck and neck in all of the points of achievement that they are. But what we need to pay attention to and what we need to address in a continuous way is looking at our students who are at risk and making sure that they are performing in a similar fashion as all students are at our high school. And we're certainly working to do that. And the budget that we just passed is spending a lot of time on looking at at-risk populations. We call it response to intervention, and looking at the strategies that are necessary to help kids that are at risk. And so we are addressing that in a number of ways, including looking at staffing to help the social emotional aspects of students who are at risk, also looking at ways to look at strategies to encourage more connection with the classroom as well. And in some cases, it's a matter of trying to do the diagnostic work necessary to make sure that they are placed appropriately. So we're looking at ways that we can speed up our intake process at our high school so that we know what classes students need to take so that they'll be successful, and to make sure those classes will also be the most rigorous for them. The other area that our budget recently passed is addressing that we are very excited about is our continuous work around STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We are looking at a number of different areas in which we can advance our offerings for students, including computer programming by adding courses there. We're looking at our engineering to the future and looking to see if we can add a number of courses there and increase the levels that we offer it. And we're adding a class called Video Game Design, which sounds very exciting and I think will interest a number of students who have interest in that field. And at our middle school level, we're also piloting a program in conjunction with Minuteman Regional Vocational High School, in which we're looking at a very rigorous course called Project Lead the Way, and that is comparable to AP programming for the academic high schools. This Project Lead the Way is a technology and engineering approach to science, technology, and engineering. And so we're excited about that and seeing what impact that will have on our 3 middle schools. We'll also be continuing our growth of the technology that we offer at all of our schools. We certainly want to make sure that our kids are ready for the 21st century and using a wide variety of technologies, not only in terms of just using it for writing, but really understanding the technology. I mentioned the computer programming. Certainly that's an important area that students will need to know and understand as they advance into their careers over the next 10, 20, 30 years. So we are making sure that technology they're familiar with is available in 2 ways. One is we're buying it, and second, we're encouraging them to bring what they have from home. And we have a very active BYOD, Bring Your Own Device program available at our high school. It's also available at our middle schools as well. But it's really the high school where we want to encourage kids who are comfortable with certain technologies and really want to use it for learning to bring it to the high school where they can use it on a regular basis with their teachers and with their classmates. On our side, because the technology that we think is most important is the technology that they're holding in their hands, we're looking at more handheld devices. Tablets is often the area where we're looking at, but we're looking at other kinds of technology that kids can use to make sure that they are able to communicate and construct information and share and collaborate with other kids. So everything from video technology to tablet technology to other devices that help them do those strategies, implement those strategies, are very valuable for our kids to experience at high school. And lastly, I want to talk about the curriculum that goes along with the technology, because that's an important part of using the technology. We don't want kids to be just using technology for technology's sake. We want it to be meaningful. So we're looking at a number of different places where curriculum software is valuable for kids. One area that we know it's valuable, of course, is what we call computer-assisted instruction, which is essentially software that helps kids practice skills. We're now getting more into virtual software that is helping kids experience opportunities that we may not be able to offer or offer as many. For example, virtual dissections is an area where we're getting a lot of interest in. And of course, we want to be able to offer courses using technology and in a way that frees up time for kids. So we're looking at software programs that provide credit recovery for students who are in need of that, but also we're going to be starting to experiment in having our teachers write online courses for our own students. So we're very excited about the future of STEM at our high school. We have it coming at us in a number of different places, and we think our kids will benefit greatly from it. Some things in the news. We do have elections in all 3 towns in the coming weeks. And we have a contested race in the town of Stowe for school committee, and the races in Bolton and Lancaster are not contested, and so those members will be returning. So we wish all of the candidates well in that process. The next meeting for the school committee will be on May 20th, and that will be a reorganization meeting. We'll have new members on the committee, so we'll set the day that we meet as well as the time at that meeting, and also elect the chair and vice chair at that meeting. And now, because it is May, I want to take a moment and just talk a bit about preparations for the big activities of our high school students. The 2 most prominent are prom and graduation. The prom is an important part of the high school experience, and we want it to be a safe time for all of our kids, and we certainly want it to be an opportunity for our parents to have some very good conversations with students about good choices and making sure they understand the ramifications of their choices, knowing that there are important consequences to what can be mistakes that have a long-term impact. It's really important that those conversations happen before prom and, of course, graduation in a few more weeks. That conversation certainly has to respect their age and respect their maturity. They need to understand that with certain benefits come responsibility, and we certainly hope that they understand fully that we will do everything we can to keep them safe. We have an after-prom event, which is very well attended, and we think it does well to help our kids stay together and really take care of one another and enjoy the evening. But for those kids that don't attend that, we certainly hope that they're making good choices throughout the night. We have June right around the corner, and for students who have the time in their schedule, we hope that they will take advantage of some summer enrichment opportunities that we have planned. We have, right as school gets out the week after, we have an enrichment opportunity called Invention Club. That's for middle school students. In July, we have summer theater opportunities sponsored by the Mary Rowlandson Elementary PTO. And those are always very exciting opportunities for kids in grades 3 through 8. And we're just now adding an art club opportunity in late July. So these are things that are going to be unfolding over the next 2 months. If you have an interest in signing your children up for summer enrichment, please stay tuned to our website at www.nrsd.net and click on summer enrichment. I want to take this opportunity to publicly thank our student representative to the school committee. Nishita Gorilla has been on our committee now for 2 years. She takes her responsibilities very seriously, and has also been on the State Student Advisory Council and has brought information back to our high school and to our school committee often from that opportunity. She's going to be going on to St. Bonaventure College, and then right from there she is already signed up to attend George Washington University for her degree in medicine. And we want to wish her well. Her quiet counsel has been greatly appreciated throughout the 2 years. I've been talking about summer. That certainly means that the last day of school is coming up. Right now it is set for June 19th, unless we have some other unexplained cancellation of school. And of course, with summer means that fall will be soon to follow. And August 27th is our first student day to return. That's a Wednesday. Our calendar is approved and is up on our website. Please make sure that you take a look at that. There is a schedule for freshman orientation, and of course for kindergarten students, the schedule is a little different for each group of students over the course of those 3 days. With other events that we have upcoming, I want to point out that we have a documentary that's going to be shown at Hale Middle School on Thursday, May 29th. It's called Finding Kind, and it's a story that details girls growing up in middle school and high school and into college, and how to learn to be kind to one another and address issues that crop up in relationships between girls and parents. So if you have the opportunity, that will be 6:30 on May 29th at Hale Middle School Auditorium. And at this time that I'm taping the show, it's Teacher Recognition Week, and I don't want to let it go by without thanking all of the educators for all that they do in our schools each and every day. I remind teachers all the time that without them, our students would not be as successful as they are. The research is very clear. Good teachers matter, and as long as you are with a good teacher, you will be successful in your classroom as well. So please, if you haven't already, take a minute to send an email or send a note thanking all of the teachers for everything they do. And lastly, I think that it's also important to recognize the teachers who are retiring. And on the slides behind me, there are a number of teachers that will be retiring at the end of the school year or over the summer. And we want to thank them for their years of service. I think it's very telling, the quality of our school system as well as the quality of our teachers. We have teachers who have stayed here their entire career, and most notably out of this group of teachers, Wayne Gilbert, who has been with us for 40 years at the Luther Burbank Middle School. And I certainly commend him and all of his colleagues for their service to our district, and it's very much appreciated, and I wish them well in their retirement years. So that is Nashoba Now. I'm Michael Wood. Thank you.